is the 9th of Aul, Samrad, and the dry weather has persisted, though the winds have started to pick up. So there is the hope that perhaps these parched lands will get rain within the next couple of weeks. And as the winds are howling outside at night, you are again in the island republic, the city of 𝕬𝖃𝖍𝖗𝖐𝖊𝖗. And once again, you are in the streets of particular pleasures at the Inn of the Seven-Headed Cat. And you've been here for a week. Yeah. Tremendous spoils that you have brought back. And I suppose you had to have paid for a room, so anyone without a house will need to subtract 7 gold pieces. And if you have a horse, etc., it's half that, so on and so forth. If you have a house, it's, what is that, 3 gold pieces and 5, yeah, 5
silver pennies.
Yeah. And you can store things in the room and in your houses. You should mark, by the way, how much money you want to take with you. And you should note what your movement rate is. I believe your default movement rate is about 9. I don't think anyone is in plate armor or chain and shield. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm in. I have plate armor and shield.
Okay, are you at movement rate 6?
My total poundage comes to 100, and I have a plus 10 for strength. So I'm at...
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also got plate and a shield, but I'm not over my weight.
Okay, so, same thing. We come upon stuff, I'll announce weights. If you know your weight, you can say, yeah, I can take that 10, you take 5, if you can divvy it up. If we can't do that, we'll just default to 6. 6 is the lowest movement rate. And then beyond with treasure, it'll just be, all right, we can't carry anymore. So that's a very likely situation to come up. You can bring, I think you already, you have a mule that you want to, with a cart that you want to bring with you. And then you have 2 ostlers. Okay, so you've made your plans for the week. You're going to return to the vaults of Volacarnos. And you awaken the next morning. I should say now it is the 7th of Aul. And you are... Oh, sorry, I did not reset that. Of course, you're up here. Now, visibility is amazing today. Adelbrand, the visibility is amazing, so you can pretty well see the path that you've taken. But as always, it's up to you all. So you have the coast behind you. You've just exited the manor houses, which are fat with the with a second harvest of coastal summer grapes, producing the famous wines of 𝕬𝖃𝖍𝖗𝖐𝖊𝖗. And you can see a road leading off to the south and mountains in the distance, and what looks like a dry, cracked marshland here. The soil here is dead, no grass. And then a pass of hills, a valley with ruins overgrown with vine and grass, and a forest. And I'll make my first roll. Whoops. All right, where do you go?
I'm gonna head to the vaults.
Right there? Very well.
Yeah.
You make it into the ruins, and quickly you can see not only the vault, but that mountain with that structure that looks either like a strange geomorph or something else on the top of this tall 5,000-foot mountain, and another dry and parched marshland devoid of grass. And you can see the vault. All right, and you're able to make it to the vault. As you approach the front of the vault, there's 2 heavy bronze doors, probably 15 foot tall and 10 feet wide.
Are they closed?
Oh, I'm sorry. ATT is slow. They are not closed.
That's usually how we find them, right? I seem to recall that one time that they were closed. It was really weird. There was a caterpillar or something.
There was some sort of caterpillar.
All right, where do we go?
It's just loading.
Ah, sorry.
All right, head on inside.
Okay. When
And
you head
then,
inside, oh, sorry, go ahead.
We're gonna head to the eastern direction this time.
The east, okay. To the east, you see the following at the edge of your torchlight. I think you only have, actually, I think somebody had a lantern, and I think you have 1 hour left, if I recall. Billowing steam clouds, sulfurous smell, mineral waters gushing from various fonts, the niches and the walls. These different fonts form different statues and figures, all doing different things. And the whole place is full of steam, and the water gurgles as it drains and into the floors behind the fonts.
All right, keep moving forward.
Okay. All these fonts you can see, they're all different. Here, it doesn't show it, but there's kind of little dividing walls, and then fonts and niches all along the walls. There are 8 of them. And in the back of the room, there is a muddy pit, smashed statuary, rubble piles, and overgrown big leafy plants. They have an odd shape to them at the base. As you approach, you think you hear a light, muffled cry.
Did it sound like it was coming from the puddle?
From the plant.
Oh, from the plant. Well, I'm surprised to have found this so short. Been about a month or so of wondering what's down here. It's like, oh, dead end. Okay.
Oh, we don't know what's a dead end.
At least it seems so.
Yeah.
It's a crying plant.
What do you guys think? Do we ignore the plant, or do we?
I don't know. You
Tell
think
you
there
what.
could be treasure in there?
How big
Could
is the
be.
plant?
They vary in size. As
Oh,
you
there's
take
multiple.
as you look closer, parts of the plants have bulbs wide and that stick into the ground. Other plants look like small trees, even. All of the roots seem rather thick, though. You think some of them you could pull up from the ground. You think you see some of the leaves twitch as you approach, and as you look at the base of the roots, you can see that they gnarl, but that they gnarl as a large knot. And then as you're looking, it's obvious to you that one of the roots looks like the muscular calf of a man, except that it is not meat, it is plant. And as you look closer, another one of them looks like the latissimus dorsi, the back muscle, stretched across a shoulder and a gnarled muscular deltoid of like a classical, piece of statuary, except not flesh, plant.
Respectfully speaking, our last encounters with plants have not gone well.
That's true.
I'm thinking throw oil and fire on this thing, but
That's what we did the first time, and it screamed at us and gave us a
Oh.
booger, man.
okay. I wasn't there for that.
Oh, you're okay.
This is yeah. We didn't. I just dropped my.
I'll describe the fonts nearby you, Steve. There is one here that is a barbarian in loincloth. The font is sizzling hot, and the water sparkles with light. This one right here is a mage that appears to be pouring water on the enthroned feet of a monarch. It's painted with a big red X, and the water is clear but seething hot, and you can see that the air around it is wavy from the heat. And then lastly, this one here is a muscular man struggling with giant centipedes that are crawling over his body, a look of horror on his face. Saline quality to the water, and then there's little chunks of something that look like they've solidified inside the water. Solidified in the way like how what's the word I'm looking for? What do you call it when you take sugar and turn it into crystal? Liquid sugar.
Caramelized.
It looks caramelized. It looks like it has turned into crystals in places.
Ooh, all this stuff. This entire space screams "Don't touch anything."
Respectfully.
Respectfully.
One of these has to have a cool property.
Oh, I have reason to believe that they all do. So the one back here features two men arguing, and I have it on good authority that if you take a big old sip out of it, you'll start to be really annoyed with the people and want to argue with them.
Oh. What do you guys think? We should respectfully exit this room?
Respectfully, of course.
Let him have his space.
I think we're satisfied with the east. All right. So we'll continue west and
He can have his dark greenhouse.
yeah. You do you, flesh, not flesh tree.
All right, you come back to the T intersection. There is a false wall with a like a knocker set within a face, and then a closed door to the west.
Have we explored this one, or is anybody who was here before?
Yeah,
explored
this knocker on the wall will open up a spike pit trap below us. And it's a short tunnel that leads up and around. It kicks back out at the fountain room, and there's a currently disabled trap that shot arrows and unfortunately took the life of one of our good friends, Barley.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go west.
Okay,
Let's
you
go
go
away
west.
from-
Young man.
You go west. There's a closed door. What do you do?
So we'll open that one.
You press,
Open
try to open it. It is jammed shut.
Oh, didn't last time we left the
Went
signal
around.
pointing a different direction?
Yeah, we ended up coming in
Oh.
the
Right.
cave entrance last time because we couldn't get this open and it was annoying us.
Yeah.
Well, it was annoying me. I don't know if it was annoying you.
All
I
right.
think we had
let's-
like made 2 attempts to open this up. We couldn't get it open.
After the weird plant thing at the front, we were done with traps.
yeah,
real.
let's
And we go around.
head over and go around to the cave entrance.
Okay, this takes some time.
All right. Should we continue exploring the northeast section?
Yeah, remember last week we got a tip about the octagonal room, which we have discovered. And there was a door that the dwarves went down that we didn't explore through that way. Probably
Right.
worth checking out.
Yeah, let's go check that out. So we'll head north up to the steam room.
Okay, you go to the steam room. Okay.
And then we'll continue up to this place here.
Okay, you go to the room with an obelisk.
Yeah, and I think... Oh, perfect. This way's already open. So we'll head to the east.
Okay, you go into a T intersection.
Your walls.
Whoa.
There is a bunch of bodies that are covered in insects and maggots and are partially decomposed. It smells terrible in this hall. Turns to the right and has a 90-degree intersection to the east, and left a 90-degree intersection to the west. You can also see where the dead bodies are piled, that there's another room there, a short corridor.
I think we have to tiptoe past these rotten ruffians.
Okay. You come to a large mausoleum, and there are frescoes on the walls, and there's a large slab missing from the center of the room with a hole in it. Its sarcophagus is open, and the contents are gone. There's a closed door here with spiked iron spikes at its base, and there's an open door to the north.
Adelbrand kind of shudders and thinks to himself, "This is where it happened." And then head east. Unspike this door.
Okay, this takes some time.
And get my spikes back. Yes.
You can take your spikes back. All right, and you can see here on the other side that there are little niches in the walls, sarcophagus here. This one is what's wrong? Ah, here it is. Catacombs, and there are these sarcophagi, and there's one here across from you that your lantern light casts on that says Polito 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖈𝖗, disturb not his repose, as a grave.
Hey, should we go through the north door and see if the portcullis had actually, if the dwarves had managed to escape that sealed off room, or if there's dwarfy bodies in there?
Yeah, let's go check that out. So I don't actually have that written on my map yet. This room.
Okay, so you go through this door, and you can see a portcullis that separates you from this room. I'm just going to get you closer so you can see. Inside of the room are the bloated corpses of these stout, short, wide humanoids, many of them clutching at their necks and their throats. They look like they have gouges and rakes of places where they've been rent open. It looks like they've been stung, but not just stung, but also whatever could sting them was strong enough to rip them open in places. Portions of them have been eaten.
Well, that's horrifying.
I was
Yeah,
going to ask
can't
about
do
opening that
functions.
portcullis, but I think we should leave it down now.
Should probably check out these guys' pockets.
On the
There's
other
treasure.
side, I think you already checked these pockets, didn't you? Am I crazy?
Those two on our
yeah.
side, yes. The ones on the bug side can stay there.
The one on the
Respectfully.
Yeah.
the other side of the portcullis, there are black and red frescoes that depict horrible scenes of beasts devouring men. Dusty bones, broken weapons, and rusty armor litter the floor.
Man, this portcullis seems really complicated to open. We should leave.
Yeah. Should we?
We'll have to keep an eye out because they probably came from the octagonal room, and if that side connects to the octagonal room, whatever was over there could have gotten in there.
I'm kind of expecting that it does connect to that. Should we go this way and check, or should we go around?
I would say just up to you.
Let's go this way. Because I think it does connect. That's my theory. Oh. Or not.
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
It doesn't connect. It doubles back.
Yeah, so there's a 90-degree turn here, and then there's a room, and you can see another vault with mosaics on the floor depicting a convoluted labyrinth, one of those, spiral things like that you can walk around. Someone, yeah, a mosaic with one of those labyrinths, a spiral that, and there's a door.
That door on the other
northwest.
side probably connects to where they were on the other side of the portcullis, is my guess.
Let's not find out. We'll go back to the treasure room, and then we'll head east and then north. Well, I'm really curious where that door does go. There's a chance that it goes to that room, and let's just not.
All right, so you go east, and you can more clearly see that the crypts here. You can see another crypt as well now. This crypt here, in your lantern light, it says 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖈𝖗, the Northerner, and it's made of inlaid wood. Feel an icy vapor come from it.
Guarantee there's some nice flannels in there.
It's chock full of poutine.
Let's head north.
Okay. Crossing this one here, this one, as you pass it, it says Conte d'Elise. There's a scraped off motto that's no longer here. You cannot read it. The sarcophagus is covered in a burial sheet. And there's, it looks like this has been disturbed in the past few weeks. Looks like it's been moved. You want to keep going?
Yeah, we'll keep going north.
Right. And then here to the left and right are two more. To the left it says 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖈𝖗, the accursed. And this sarcophagus is made of lead. And there are seals and inscriptions and sigils that cover the leaden sarcophagus. And then the one to the right says Urbano Barbaron, a dream, not more. And it is a multicolored iridescent marble sarcophagus. And you can see bodies in the room ahead that through an open door that are covered in maggots.
Are those dwarfs or men?
Those are, it's hard to tell. As you get closer, you can see that they are neither the short, stocky humanoids, nor are they large people. These are tiny people, probably 2.5, 3 feet tall.
I'm pretty sure we didn't encounter those.
These are not beings that we killed, unfortunately.
Can we tell what they're like? Were they killed by weapons or by bug stuff
Good
again?
question.
They look like, so let's, you have to go in here to look. And so you can see that this door to the east is open. and then there's a stairwell here to the southwest. These bodies lay on the floor. They've been here for some time. They look like children, except their facial features, which have an adult-like appearance, and their feet, which are gigantic and hairy. They have been rent open with weapons. They have been murdered.
Rip in peace,
Bet
little
you it was
dudes.
those dwarves.
We should ask about missing hobbits when we get back to town. I'm curious. All right. Do the stairs go down?
When you take a look at the stairs, they, let's see here, they go up.
Interesting. And this thing is built into the side of a hill, so.
Go out.
Well, let's take a peek. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to the stairs, and there's an open door here. And inside, let me describe what you see.
Oh boy.
There is a giant sarcophagus here, about 50 feet, whole room, hexagonal in shape, one might say. There are unlit braziers hanging from long chains and wall niches heaped with bones. An enormous stone sarcophagus the size of 2 men stands among the bone piles. A man with a sack in rags is leaned over, rummaging through all this, and as you approach, he startles and looks back at you. Ah! He's got filthy clothing and an unkempt beard and insane eyes. He comes up to you and he says, "Welcome to my home.
Thank you.
I'm glad you've come to visit. Pay the fee and enter."
Fee?
"Yes, only 300 gold.
Well, sir, it was a pleasure. We must be going now.
Oh, come again some other time, please." He closes the door.
Thank you. That was
What a
strange.
weirdo.
Huh.
Interesting.
You think the dwarves met that guy?
I have to assume so.
And left him alive.
I don't think they were worried about him.
Were the halfling bodies there when we first met the dwarves? I don't think they were, right?
No, they weren't
no.
there.
Okay, so if we keep going east, we'll head down to where the docks were.
Yeah,
But-
there are a few tunnels we haven't discovered down that way. There's also the southern. If we keep going south straight from the ossuary, there's a few tunnels down that way we haven't discovered either.
Yeah, let's check those out.
Okay, back from this room, where do you go?
Straight down. These are the ones you were talking about, right?
Yeah,
Igor? Awesome.
I
yeah.
think there's a full 4-way intersection all the way down there.
Okay, crossing, well, you've already seen these. You come to a 4-way place with 2 niches in the walls here. And let me describe some things that you see. Let's see here. Right. There's this one here. It says 𝕬𝖋𝖍𝖈𝖗, mysterious attraction. This sarcophagus, as you pass it, your weapons begin to shake, and you feel yourself slowly drawn to this, or your weapons at least. You have to actually pull on your weapons as they're drawn to the sarcophagus. And here, 𝕬𝖋𝖍𝖈𝖗𝖊𝖗. vanished in the battle against 𝕬𝖚𝖋𝖍𝖗. And there's a grave here, cracked open. And within you can still see a body.
Like a skeleton?
Yeah, how much body is there?
It is a it looks like the body is in perfect condition.
Nope.
It looks as if they are simply sleeping, covered in rich jewelry and splendidly dressed. And this wall here is has been defaced. Chunks of stone scattered along the ground. Further ahead, there's a 90-degree intersection to the east.
I don't know, man. Without a cleric, I'm not super interested in the dead.
Yeah, let him nap.
I'm not so sure this one's
The
dead.
most I can gather from this area is, I assume if we disturb one of the dead, it might not disturb all of them, maybe, but if we do have to disturb them, I think the one we'd absolutely have to avoid is like the last one at the end.
I say we go
but...
straight for the accursed.
No, not that one, not that
So we
one.
all touch it at the same time. How about that?
So it's kind of like that game with the crocodile where you press the teeth. One of them's gonna snap it down.
Yeah.
Not all of them.
I don't know. I'd say we just avoided the whole thing. I'm not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Here, we'll
Well,
continue.
it feels like there's two cursed with the one behind us with the weapons thing.
It
Yeah,
might
these
be. I
are
mean, those are the only
special.
two ones on the left. If we're looking for patterns.
Bad guys on the left, good guys on the right.
Yeah.
What happened here? All right, we'll continue to the south.
Okay. 90-degree intersection.
Ooh,
Come up to an open area, and you can see here on the other side there are a hall of columns that extend beyond the edge of your lantern light in the darkness. They're tall, dusty piles of fallen rubble and stucco. Old, fat, long dried out, and dead spider webs sometimes lay at the base of them or have fallen in and caked in with the dirt. You can smell something. It smells like death. Dead bodies that are rotting further ahead. And you think you can get the whiff of sea air further ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this connects up to the port there, just looking at my map.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that looks about right.
I mean, we sort of want to head that way anyway. Okay?
Yeah, there's several tunnels
there's
over there.
a few unturned stones, so to speak.
All right, we'll carry on to the east.
You come upon a charnel display of just death, piles of dead bodies that are the feeding ground of a massive colony of giant fat insects. You can see these dead bodies all around you. Flies that are as big as your thumb bite at you and buzz all around in the air. The water is full of bloated, floating things, which no doubt are also bodies. Otherwise you see have a refreshing sea breeze. There is let's see, stairs that go down right here, and then along this waif further ahead is you can see that there are rooms and corridors further ahead.
We got a few doors to the north to check out, but north or south? What do you guys think?
I think
intrigued by
so.
the south.
I think south, yeah.
The south.
South. Um, this corridor here is decorated with animal skins and ratty tapestries. It looks like the pig mutants were making a home of this place for a time. Old oil lanterns hang from the ceilings, long dried out and dead. You can see scrapes where bodies along the ground, streaks of dried blood where bodies were dragged away from this wall. It goes on into the darkness ahead, to the west and to the southeast.
All right, we'll continue down to the southeast.
Okay, this is just a brief thing here, and then your lantern goes out.
Is that from time, or did it just abruptly snuff out?
From time.
Oh, good.
Oh, okay.
Boom, darkness.
Right. You all, does somebody light a new lantern oil flask or a new torch, or?
I do have more oil to put in it.
Very well. Let's see. Start a new lantern timer. Go. So you can see here in this corner that these are the piles of rotted food. Already not much to the taste of civilized folk. This chamber's unfinished. Hasn't been fully hewn from the limestone around it. You can see half-shaped statues of some profane gods. The limbs, though, broken, laying in the rubble. Not complete. And there are 3 large barrels. They stink horribly. And then there's rotted food.
Do the arms look like they attach like that other one did?
No, it's clear that they just like shattered. Yeah.
Gross.
All right. Continue to the west here.
All right. There's a open door here. And actually, it looks like this door was ripped open at some point. And I can only smile as I can't tell you what isn't here anymore. Except for one thing. A scroll. Now, this room is clearly the sacked treasury of the place. And there are places that used to hold its treasures that had long ago been put on the boats, and your companions have taken by sea elsewhere. Your former companions, the 2 mercenaries. The shelves are empty. Treasure chests are open. There's nothing valuable worth even looking in this room for, except in the center of the room on the floor is a single rolled scroll, written on black vellum, the text's in crimson red.
I bet this was the treasure room of the king, or the one guy that we were trying to find. I can't remember who it was.
Can I take a closer look at the scroll? Is there more detail if I look closer?
Are there any piles of ash near the scroll or anything first?
There are no piles of ash near the scroll. Do you,
Nobody has detect magic or anything.
Oh. None of us have any sort of magical abilities.
I'm interested in, finding a spell or...
You said you take a look at the scroll?
Intelligence. I wanted to take a closer look at it, if there's more I can see.
All right. Squat down and you look at the texts of the scroll. It is, as I said, a black vellum. There is no paper made like this. Its ink is in crimson red, remaining perfectly bright like fresh blood or paint. Its borders are also in bright crimson. And so you squat down and you look at it and you feel like you hear a whisper in your mind. And you can make a save versus spell if you have a bonus against that, which I think you do.
Yeah, let me check that.
Did the music stop on purpose?
I haven't heard any music. It's not boss music, so that's better.
I just have to do a saving.
Just
a
yeah,
saving
roll a
throw.
d20. There's always a 5% chance that it won't matter. So I always say, just go ahead and roll that d20, and then we'll see from there. Like that. Okay, the following things happen. The text grows and becomes a swirling vortex. You have failed the save. You find Jahan simply falls into a dark pit. You can hear a scream, and then he's gone. The rest of you, however, are on the edge of the pit. You may make a single save to see if you can keep from falling within.
Ooh.
Sorry, guys.
Oh dear.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get my actual dice or something because my VPP has decided at this point in time it no longer wants to work.
All right.
Yo, I
So-
made it.
Huh?
I did it. I saved. First time I've ever saved in this game.
Oh, that was a good time to
Finbar
save.
lives.
Did Adelbrand enroll him?
Alfred,
maybe I can.
Alfred didn't make it. Yeah, I just barely failed mine.
Your save is a
Oh,
13.
ouch.
All right, and keep in mind if you're a fighter, you should have a +2, I think, versus magic.
Versus magic? Let me
Yes,
check.
or +1 at least. I think it's a +2 versus magic though. For fighters, a fighter gets +1 on all saving throws against. I'm sorry, except spells. Never mind.
Ooh,
Oh,
embarrassing.
That's quite the opposite. Yes.
Womp womp.
Wait, saving throw, do we get under or over?
You have to match
second.
or get over, and it's your saving
Yeah.
throw
Yeah,
target.
no,
number.
I'm far from that. I did not make it.
I'm good. I thought I was still level 1. We're good. I forgot.
So-
I have leveled.
So far, I'm hearing Finbar and Adelbrand. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you all like launch and make it to the edge of this pit, and it's like sinking and drawing up the edges of the pit like tendrils of vine, except they're that crimson red ink that are coming out of the pit, and they're like drawing in this pit, and you clamber yourself up, gasping, as then the pit closes and a tendril of red ink sinks into the stone, as if it were never there. Your companions are gone. We'll get to their fate later. There are 2 of you left.
Oh, we're in the well, aren't we?
Oh my god. Yes.
Alfred wouldn't have fallen had he drawn a map last week, man.
Well, I'm sorry, the player is terrible at
37
making
XP
maps.
away. Oh no.
I was so close to level 3 too, but oh well.
So,
Adelbrand is certainly speechless.
yeah, what do we do now, man?
I think we should get out of here.
Yeah, right?
You can continue to explore if you want to.
We could,
Just
but
the 2 of us? The
we
boys?
can make it if we try.
We might be able to make it out if we try.
I think we need to make an effort. I'm willing to bet that if we made it back to town, there would happen to be a number of people for hire and or adventurers looking for. And then we could come back.
Is the scroll still there, Ross?
Say again?
Is the scroll still there?
No, the scroll is gone.
Okay.
Ah.
Real quick, can you just move us into this room so I can complete my map?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
want to see how big this room is. Okay, that's what I thought.
Adding a.
Thank you.
Oh.
Well, shoot. I guess we should head back. Maybe
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
is it room
'cause-
anything?
I don't think this connects.
maybe if we go
anything yet.
if we go into the next room, there will be a large many adventures tied up in Hungary and trapped and ready to.
It's always possible. It has happened before.
Wait, so did they die? What happened to them?
We will find out later, but your characters will not find out, at least for a very long time. At the very least, I can say confidently.
I'm still making another character just in case. I'm just prepared for that eventuality.
I don't know. I don't want to keep doing
Even
stuff
if they're not
for
dead, if they're locked somewhere in some other, what's it called? Other realm or whatever, they're kind of...
I think that's even worse. We're in an entirely, different realm. I think we're just lost forever, doomed to
Go straight to
eternity.
hell. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
No, I think we're technically in purgatory. We're not suffering, but we're not going anywhere either. We just
Okay, so-
exist.
Maybe you've been banished to the Vale.
Oh no, that's
I guess my lantern
even
went
worse
with
fate.
me.
So, did we get to see inside the vortex? Like, did we see anything?
Yeah, you did see, but it looked like it was just black. Also, the
Oh,
lantern,
right.
the lantern was out.
Everything's
It's dark,
Yeah.
and it
I'll light a
made,
torch.
and it made noise.
Okay.
All right.
Like a lot of noise?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Uh.
Let's see here. Let's see. You light a torch. Is that right?
Yeah.
Torchlight.
Oh, weird how empty this place has been, huh?
Yeah, I was gonna say we've gotten lucky so far, but not so much.
Oh, we got
Oh, you
really lucky, honestly.
You want to go touch
the
that
way in.
accursed too? You know, while we're here?
I mean, maybe a little, but no, we should make our way to the exit.
You wanna-
Yeah, all right.
Okay. All right. Now you have, if you want to do that, you can. Actually, this guy. Okay. Let's see here. All right. Yeah. You return to 𝕬𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖗. With no more. Also, what treasures? You can post this in roleplay, but for those that went into the vortex, please let me know what treasures you left in 𝕬𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖗.
Uh-oh.
You won't lose it, but you can't access it. That's the part that matters.
Okay.
I
So
left quite a bit there.
for the two
So
that
do we list like all of our equipment and stuff that we
Uh,
had? Or...
yeah, I don't care about that so much. I mean, I'm sure you want to have your equipment in the dungeon, but it's more like you had like hundreds of pounds of gold coins, right? Like,
Yeah.
so like, how
Yeah.
much?
Yeah, I got about 2,000 at home.
Yeah, so I don't. My character, I carry 100 on me, but that's 10 pounds. So maybe don't even want to carry that, But anyways, let's see.
Get
You
a little
make it.
Mr. Moneybags over there.
You make it back to the Inn of the Seven-Headed Cat. The Watcher smiles and nods, knowing your companions are gone. You yourselves, just 2 more people. Not important. Certainly not heroes that turned the tide against the orc threat and probably saved the entire island, or plundered, defacing their ancestors' tombs and violating the pacts with ancient gods that have long been forgotten about leaving treasures in the tombs. No, none of this is known by all the people that are drinking wine in 𝕬𝖋𝖍𝖗𝖗. You're just 2 travelers. And one of you has a house here, I think. Yes, a house.
I have a house.
Yes.
I have a house.
Yes, well,
I did.
yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
And and as for the rest of you, so those are those that return. The rest of you plummet for a long while until finally you smack, thinking you almost shattered your bones into a liquid surface, except that it took on an oily quality. And in fact, you think it must have been a pool of oil itself that you came into. And when you pull yourself up out of the inky pool, you see a sky that has more than one shining body in the sky. Peaks have a curved, coned alien quality. The earth looks like it was gouged out by some god from the sky at some point in the past. And the whole ground looks wrong. Even the color, the pallor of the soil doesn't look right. And you're in some place that no one you've ever known has ever seen. In some other world. And that is where our adventure will end.
Hey, he said the thing.